Hello everyone, happy full moon. Today's October the 1st, 2020, and we have the full moon in Aries, okay? And not just the full moon in Aries, but we also have a lot of things going on like Mercury square Pluto. And I do these readings for 2 weeks. So these readings last for 2 weeks. And the energy that's about to come in these 2 weeks is very intense, guys. Okay, and just to give you a picture of what it looks like, I always write it on my calendar. I have an astrology calendar which I write all the aspects, right? And today's October the 1st, and look at all these squares that we have within the next 2 weeks till we have a new moon on the 16th. So squares are obstacles, they're conflicts in our ways, and having Mars retrograde this month is very frustrating, and it's a very big challenge. It's probably one of the biggest challenges because it creates fights, it creates a lot of arguments amongst people and frustrations when you're trying to reach personal goals. Okay, so I set up these 3 stacks right here because I felt they resonated the most, even though the color is very blue and it doesn't really coordinate with the Aries energy, but the pictures do coordinate. For example, if the first pile resonates with you, which is lightning, speed, things that are happening too quick, too many changes at once, everything's just like something just went ballistic, okay, and that's how you're feeling right now, then this pile's for you. Okay, if you need to assert your personal power on something like a relationship, someone trying to take advantage of you, or you feel like there's too much emotions going on in your life, it doesn't have to specifically be someone, but it could be that there's an emotional problem with you or an internal issue. I don't know where this full moon is happening in your chart. I would have to take a look at it. Okay, but if you feel that, then this stack is for you. Okay, now if you feel like you're being attacked, okay, this Aries full moon, like you feel like there's people envying, people talking about you, or there's just something psychically attacking you and you need protection, then this stack is for you. Okay, so this is a very intense very intense full moon. This is why I picked these 3 choices, okay, to represent these stacks. Okay, this is very intense. I've worked with this energy before, and I don't want to scare you, but I gotta tell you, you have to really be on alert, okay, because it could take you by surprise. All right, so I'm going to start off with lightning. Okay, all right, lightning. Here we go. Let's give a little shuffle. So, even though I already shuffled, but I just want to give it a little bit more energy. So let's see what's taking place with us. Okay, what's next? Okay, yeah, just flip them over. Wow, okay. Not bad. Let's pick 2 of these oracle cards. See what message they have for us. Rainbow Dragon and self-love. Okay. I don't know why this fell here, but let me take a look at it. Oh, the scarab. I never used these because, I don't know, I just kind of don't resonate too much with the scarabs, but I'm gonna see what it says anyway since it popped out. All right. Interesting, guys. Interesting. Okay, on a nutshell, I feel that this lightning change has to do with either family or love relationship, and this is what's on your mind. It has to do with and we have here, hold on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the 6 of Wands of victory. We have the Queen of Wands. We have also the Knight of Cups. So Has to do something with victory, with achieving victory, coming into a conclusion with something in terms of emotions, of expression. And the scarab, the scarab pertains to a transformation, okay, and it pertains to a change. Now, from the outside, we have the Prince of Cups. Okay, we have desires from the outside, and your input, your energy. We have the Emperor, a lot of control, a lot of determination. Okay, but as a result, by the ending of this lunar cycle, we have the Hermit, and not just the Hermit. We also have the Hangman and the Knight of Pentacles, which is sort of like an energy that's wind down and it's tired. Okay, so sort of like an energy wind down. We have self-love. Okay, like there's a situation that recalls for us to choose with self-love and love ourselves. And we have here, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have the 8 of Wands. We have a swift communication, swiftness. We have a lot of could be travel as well. Okay, for those of you who have this aspect, you know, in the 9th house of your chart. We also have here the Rainbow Dragon. The Rainbow Dragon is a very creative force within us. Okay, that's kind of like the Kundalini energy. So I could relate to this in a way with this moon. Now, how we put this together, guys. Okay. We have here two figures. We have a woman and we have a young man. Okay, and this doesn't necessarily have to apply with the architects that you're dealing with, but it's more of like a personality energetic field to it. Okay, and this is what could be on your mind. Sorry, what could be on your mind, and there's some sort of victory. I think that for you, these changes don't necessarily could be negative. They don't have to be negative. Okay, I think that this full moon could be more of having to come to terms with who you are as a person and loving yourself, okay? And perhaps something that seemed like a, you know, good idea, good relationship, perhaps will wind down during the winding of this moon. Remember, we are in the phase of the full moon. So now the moon's going to wind down. It takes 2 weeks to do that. So now this is what's now, okay? This is what's in the love. It could also be a romantic relationship, okay? That's full bloom, you know, on the full moon. You know, doing a lot of things. I don't see any negative cards here, to be honest with you. But I do see that this energy will wind down by the ending of this, you know, lunar cycle. Like, you're going to feel hung, like, okay, what's next type of deal. Like, this energy is going to just die down, okay? Like, you're going to be too tired, or the other person will be too tired if it pertains to a relationship, okay? Like, you've overworked yourself. So now the full potential is, you know, available for everybody, because we have the Rainbow Dragon, the creativity, and we have a lot going on with the Emperor, you know, putting our assertion, you know, our energy. So I think that this is what it is. It's just a change, and perhaps you feel like everything is just going fast-paced. Okay, I think it's a very neutral reading. There isn't anything I find negative, and I don't really see the winding down of the energy as negative. I mean, I would have to then read. Okay, I would have to then read in the next 2 weeks to see how this energy evolves. Okay, but so far I don't really see that much of a challenge on here. Okay, just maybe for you it just seems like everything's going too quick. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go on to the next reading. If you guys want a personal reading to, you know, for your personal individual situation, then I'd be happy to give you that, and maybe that's going to clarify it more if it's not what this is, okay? Alright, let's do personal power. Two of these. Okay. one fell all the way over here. Okay. Wow. There's a lot going on here with personal power. Okay. Okay, for you, I see the Knight of Cups in your mentality, in your mind. It could be a person, okay? And this is my intuition, okay? You could use your own judgment. We have here disappointment going on with this person, with this Knight of Cups, with this romantic individual, okay? This could be a reading in terms of love, because I see here that this is what's on your mind, okay? Now, from the outside, okay, we have here the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune has a lot to do with the full moon, okay? And I know this is ruled by Jupiter, but in the full moon, there's always so many things that could go in so many ways that it's just unpredictable, and that's exactly what the Wheel of Fortune is. And I know that the Wheel of Fortune partly is a good thing, but it all depends on what's around it. And I see that there's not too many auspicious cards here. Like the moon deals with threading through an unforeseen path that you're not very familiar with. And this is by the ending of the lunar cycle. Like when the moon starts to wind down, you're going to be threading to an unfamiliar territory. Okay, but now it's like you are pretty much disappointed on something. You are... Okay, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have success. Okay, I think this is a good thing. We have affirmations. Maybe you're being strong about something, or it's telling you to affirm your strength, your personal power in this situation that you're dealing with. We have abundance of communicating our inner feelings, our thoughts. Okay, so that's a good thing, I think. And we have energy balance over here. Like, you have to balance your energy. Don't let these emotions trigger your health. Don't let it get to your body. Okay, don't let your anything that upsets you to, you know, get physical. Basically, you know, do yoga, release it, do some sports, anything that you do in order to balance your energy field in your body. Do it, because you just don't want it to get physical. From the outside, we have here, okay, we have the 10 of Wands, and there's Fortune, there's the Empress. I see the Empress. So from the outside, it could go in many ways. There's a lot of energies that's unpredictable at the moment, but it could be overwhelming. Okay, the 10 of Wands refers to an energy of being overwhelmed by a lot of things, okay, at the moment. So it's sort of like too many things, and you could probably make choices that are not good for you, because, you know, in the full moon is so it's just boom, an illumination that you could just, and everything does go fast in a full moon, so it feels like you have to make fast choices. The energy is vibrating at a faster level, so I think you would have to pretty much meditate before you do any choices in these 2 coming weeks, because this is pretty much, you know, an invitation to look deep into a situation and don't make any definite decisions immediately. Okay, and maybe you do want to do it because you have here the Princess of Disc, and the Princess of Disc is pretty much an idealist, a person that comes up with a good idea, you know, a new idea to make, you know, manifestations and, you know, dreams a reality. But just be careful with the moon. Okay, be careful, especially when you are disappointed in maybe a person or on something that you gave an offering to. Maybe you offered your service on something and it was denied, or it was taken advantage of. This stack is pretty much asking you to, you know, take your personal power back, do your affirmations, stand your ground, and balance your energy. Don't let these energies take control of you, and listen to your inner guide too as well, because you might be coming through some sort of testings by the ending of this lunar cycle. Okay, and by the way, don't just nod your head and say everything's okay with this Wheel of Fortune, you know, this wheel spinning in this, you know, full moon, because nothing is definite. It keeps changing, and it could be overwhelming, okay, with the 10 of Wands. And I think this is why it's telling you to balance your energy. And notice how it's on this side, because it's telling you that this is what the issue is. Maybe there's too much good coming on from this side as well, okay, because we have the Empress. The Empress symbolizes productivity and materialistic stuff, and also money as well, because the Empress rules Taurus. So just be careful, you know, how you handle your energy, and just take it easy. Okay, take your personal power back. Okay, all right, let's go into the next deck. If you want a, you know, personal reading with your, you know, individual situation, then go to the information below and I'll be happy to give you a reading. All right, we have the protection stack right here. Let's give a little shuffle. Ooh, okay. Let's get some cards from the oracles. Wow, very powerful reading here. Wow, guys. All right. So, remember, you picked this stack because you felt attacked in one way or the other. It could be verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually. Okay, and we have 8 of Wands. What's on your mind? Speaking your truth. We have it in Mercury and Sagittarius, so it's about creating some sort of clarity. Okay, making things clear to someone. And we have here the Two of, you know, the Two of Pentacles, suggesting change. Okay, major change in you, or major change in your surrounding, in which you have to be clear on something. Now we also have here the Sun up here, so it's very strange. Now we have here the Ace of Swords from the outside, clarity. Okay, so perhaps the universe is giving you the right words to defend yourself, or clarity of mind or ideas in how to solve the situation. However, you do feel hung, like you feel like it's overwhelming for you, like it's too much for you to bear, and you can't really do much, and your arms are crossed. This could be a situation in which you're at home and you have family members that are just attacking you all the time, and you just can't do nothing. Okay, you can move out, but at the moment you don't have the money to come, you know, to move out. So now you kind of have to bear with it, because it could be worse in the streets, sort of deal. Okay, this is just an example. And by the ending of this lunar cycle, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, like the situation has reached its limit, and it's just so negative. So I'm just warning you, it doesn't have to be this way, but it could if you continue this path, if you don't express yourself in one way or the other. Okay, the illness could become physical, you know, your mental thoughts, the negativity that you're receiving. And we have here disappointment, and we have here the Ten of Cups, which suggests family types of things. That's why I gave that little example, because it's pretty much geared towards that. Now we have sound. Okay, sound meaning express yourself. Excuse me. Express yourself, express your thoughts, vibrate another frequency. Try to change your vibration. We have here purification. Purify yourself, purify your thoughts. You have to reprogram your mind by the ending of this lunar cycle. Okay. At the moment, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of speaking. There's a lot of illumination involved. I know the sun symbolizes a happiness, but it's more of like illuminated, like in terms of this, you know, layout reading we have here. So it's things are being illuminated, things are coming to the light, things are being spoken of. There's clarity, there's a lot of swiftness. Okay, and that also pertains to the full moon. When there's a full moon, there's a lot that goes on quickly. Okay, swiftness, like lightning. So there's a lot of changes, and you could be getting a lot of, you know, like I said, information from the outside that wasn't available to you before. Okay, because when the moon is illuminated to its complete potential, it illuminates things that were hidden. Okay, so perhaps before you didn't have any solutions, but for some reason, okay, now I don't know what your personal situation is, but for some reason you feel like you can't really do much about it. Okay, so I would suggest for you to just let things be and just let it go for now. Okay, because when you have a lunar cycle, things get revealed. Okay, things come to a completion, things come to a conclusion. And after that, we have 2 weeks where it winds down, and then we have another lunar cycle that begins with the new moon. So when things are winding down, I would suggest, and now the energy is very high, so don't do anything stupid. Don't just let it slide. If you're in this position where you're like hung, just surrender. Okay, that's the best advice I could give you. But by the ending of the lunar cycle, have faith. Don't put your mind in a position where you're thinking that, okay, this is going to be like this for the rest of my life. I hate everything, sort of thing. I don't want you to think like that. I just want you to reprogram your mind, and perhaps light an incense, burn some sage, Palo Santo, something to get rid of that negative energy around you. Vibrate, meditate, put that energy around you, and maybe that will calm down the situation that's surrounding you, that's pretty turbulent in terms of getting attacked. Okay, that always works in a way for me. When I feel like there's just too much and I can't, you have to really put your psychic energy into it, to calm it down. Okay, so yeah, by the ending of this lunar cycle, you got to prepare for it. You have to reverse this, because it's bound to happen if you continue this pattern of feeling hung and keep fighting forward. Okay, just retreat and pray, and that's how you move things. When things are physically out of your control, then you have to handle it in a spiritual way. Okay, that's how I would do it. Okay, all right, guys. So I wish you the best of luck. If you want an individual reading for your personal situation pertaining to this, then look at the information below and contact me, and I'll be happy to give you a reading. Okay. All right, guys. See you in the next time.